Hey, what's going on, guys? Wanted to do a quick video. I'm going to actually put on my motor back on my Backfire G2t. I just got it back a couple of days ago, so I'm going to throw it back on and kind of show you guys how it goes. This video may be helpful for individuals who not only have a Backfire G2t, but rather people who have hub motors, skateboards in general, because the process is pretty similar. So I'm going to show you some of the things that you need to do. Of course, it's already off. And so when you're working on this, if you just do everything in reverse, you'll get a chance to see how things go. So first things first, I took off the nut here, and I'm going to put it back, the actual motor with the tire on here on this mount. One of the things that's critical to see is that if you look here, I'm going to point with my finger out the way. If you look here, you see it's kind of like a square shape. You need to line this up perfectly with the square shape that's actually on the truck here. And when you line that up, it should fit on perfectly. So I'm gonna try to do it. Now I'm on camera, the pressure's on. Let's see if I can get it on the first try. Turn it a little bit, turn it. There we go. You see it fit on perfectly because I lined it up. And you should be able to see that it's on there perfectly now, and it's flush, just like the other one is over here. It's nice and flush. Okay, so now the next step is, of course, we have to connect it back to the ESC here. So I'm going to quickly take off some of the screws here and just use this. All of this came with the Backfire board, the tools and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, is that a washer? It is. Make sure I don't lose the washers, and just take off each of the screws for the enclosure. The key is, like I always say, be real careful not to lose this stuff, because some of these things can be real finicky, especially when you're talking about like different parts of the board. So you just want to have everything nice and tight. You don't want to lose anything, so that when you put it on, it'll be nice and tight. This is kind of what it looks like here, and these are the parts that have to be connected. So this is the actual motor, the motor electrical component. So you see here, and it connects in with the yellow part here, so you kind of really can't miss it. So you slide that in there, and then you slide this part, the other white part, in here. Now this is pretty interesting. If you look here, this is the other motor that there was nothing wrong with it. It was covered in like a black electrical tape kind of situation here. In order for me to take the motor off like I did, I had to actually take that off. So when I contacted Backfire and I sent this in to them for them to look at it and work on the motor, because it was having a little sound issue, I asked them, I said, will you guys send me like some of that electrical plastic so that I can send me some of that electrical plastic so that I could cover the components. They told me, oh, it's not necessary. We're not going to send it to you. It's not necessary to have it covered. But I feel like it is necessary, because it wouldn't be that way. It wouldn't come covered. So what I'm doing is, I went to the store and bought some very inexpensive electrical tape, and I'm going to put some electrical tape on here. But you know what? Let me do this first. Let me make sure that everything works properly before I go connecting and mounting this down. So let me try to connect this. This is going to be kind of hard. I'm just going to connect this so that I can turn the board on and make sure that the motor actually works before I put all that electrical tape on there and be mad that it don't work and I got to take it back off or something. So I'm going to just turn the board on real quick, turn the remote on real quick, and I'm gonna just hold the motor just so it doesn't come off, because it's not mounted on. Okay, and she's working. No noises. Can't wait to get back on this board. All right, so let's turn it back off, and then I'm going to electrical tape this on, and then we should be done. So let me go ahead and disconnect this back. All right. Okay, so really quickly, just put some electrical tape on here. Wrapping, but something is better than nothing, in my opinion. I'd rather have it protected a little bit than not at all. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up really good right there. Wrap that up. Cover this area up as well. Almost done with it. Just take off a little bit more and just get like the top a little bit. Hopefully I don't have to take this off for quite a while. I'm actually getting a new board. If you're interested in finding out what it will be, hit the like and subscribe and all of that kind of stuff, and you'll be one of the first people when it arrives. It comes next week on Wednesday. I should have this video up in enough time. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this other one just to protect it, and then we should be done. Now I'm gonna connect this back here. This is kind of the tricky part, because when you're trying to put it back together, you gotta kind of fold all these wires so it snaps back in place. So turn it around right. Be gentle with the wires. This is the tricky part. It's so annoying. Protects the board from water and debris and dirt and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just tightening it up, trying to tighten everything up real tight. This one's giving me pretty tight. We're almost done. The next thing is, of course, to make sure we lock our actual wheel and motor down here. So you got to put on our nut here, get it going a little bit, and of course you use your skate tool, get the right size going on here, and just tightening it down. And it's just like the whole skateboard rule, tighten it down pretty tight to make sure it's on there. I'm gonna look when I can't see this side. Skateboard to where you tighten it all the way down and then you loosen it when it's stuck. So that looks like that's solid there. Final piece here, put our final covering piece on. Just get that on there. All the little small screws. Backfire, of course, when you buy the board, they provide another small Allen key to get it going. So I'm gonna put that on there. Can't see really. Trying to let y'all see. Oh, it's not even lined up right. No wonder. There we go. So now that that's lined up, you can put each of the screws in now. Time, make sure we're good. Turn sounds good. Turn that turbo on. Now watch this. Seems like we got her going now. I'll be able to ride my Backfire some more. Like I said, I got a new board coming in a couple of days. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I hope the video helps somebody out there if you have a hub motor board to put on your work. All right. As always, I see at the top because the bottom is too crowded. Peace.